Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Thursday, October 25th. At 15:22 in the afternoon Eastern Time. God bless us all. Not too bad a day here for old Joe as these things go. So I'm growing a winter beard, so by the time I have to get up in church and read on November 4th, it ought to look, not like I'm quite a total derelict. And then when it gets to feel like a small animal along about late January or February, I'll shave it off. But we've been through that before. Enough about male hair growth in the wintertime for survival purposes. I watched a very, very fun video today from Annie Farmer, who has this nice small holding out, and I think I'm probably going to get this wrong. I want to say Eastern Tennessee. She's got her goats and her chickens. My Lord, she's got chickens all over the place, and her dogs, and it's just very nice, but puts out very nice material. But she did one of these "Are you addicted to YouTube?" challenges, and I've not done very many of these challengey things, and this isn't really a challengey thing. Of course, now the gnats have decided to find their way back into the house. In any case, it's one of these things. I started doing these things on December 1st of 2012. I had no idea I'd just take to it like a duck to water. And over time buy, reasonable equipment to do it with. It took me to about February to get my little Canon 320 HS and my little selfie stick, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, then I was not quite, by that time I had sort of more or less learned to use my computer. It's my very first computer I got in September of 2012, and got it. And it's like, they don't even tell you how to turn the damn thing on. They tell you not to drop it in this tub with you. Otherwise you might electrocute yourself. That's about all they tell you. You go out buy an automobile for like $40,000. You get an 800-page book telling you, 400 pages of which is devoted to telling you how to use the radio. We've covered that ground before. So herewith, we'll just sort of go through this, and given the general Joe Kersey stream of consciousness style, I'm sure you're going to get a little bit more than just this little challengey thing here. You might be addicted to YouTube if, and that, preface each one of these statements by that, because I'm not going to repeat it each time. Sat up late to finish editing. Well, I don't know. I tend to do all my stuff along these lines late in the afternoon. There have been a couple of times where, like I got a call from a friend and we got yakking, or a neighbor came over and we got yakking, and I thought, gee, I'd really like to put this material together, Now, admittedly, these were times when, these weren't like the stuff I'm putting together for these trip videos I've been putting up recently. These are like, splice three things together. It's not like, fish back through 40 gigabytes of stuff and, put it in iMovie and string the thing out over like, this long thing, No, I have not sat up late to do that kind of editing. I might have maybe stayed up to like 10:30 a couple of nights. But that's a rarity. Should I give myself a point for that? In all honesty, I don't think I should give myself a point for that, so I won't. It's not like I do it habitually. Your family asks about you on YouTube. Are you still doing that? Well, not so much my family. Yeah, my son does. I mean, he keeps up. He more or less keeps up with my stuff. So I'll give myself a yes for that. I'll give that a plus. No, well, that's not a plus. Put it in the wrong spot. I guess I would have gotten an extra 1.25 off on the SAT on that, which I understand they've stopped doing that, taking the extra 1/4 point off for answering and getting it wrong. So just go ahead and randomly fill those bastards in just before the clock runs out, guys. If you carry your camera around everywhere, well, I have always sort of tended to do that anyway from time to time in my life. Not as a general rule. Now, when I travel, I do, of course. Not necessarily when I go to the grocery store. But, occasionally I do. Should I give myself a half? Here, I'll tell you, I'm going to give myself a half for the first one. I'll give myself a half for the second one. How's that? Okay. Money on new cameras or computer equipment in the last year. Well, on new cameras in the last year, yes. So that's a definite +1. Not only for myself, but for my son when we went to England. People who tell you don't put me on YouTube. Oh, yeah, that's, yes. Even friends who are on YouTube say don't put me on YouTube. See, I made an ethical decision when I started doing this. A very conscious ethical decision when I started doing this. Was I was not going to lie on YouTube. Anything I tell you on YouTube, it's true. Now, it may not be the complete, total truth in the sense of every little detail in the incident I'm telling you a story about is involved. Particularly if some people involved in the story are still alive. But everything I tell you on YouTube is true. Unless, of course, I'm telling a story on YouTube. You know what I mean. We're all big boys here, or big girls. Big girl. There's one person out there who knows what that means. Ever woke up to edit once or twice? I suppose, does that count as an absolute? I mean, like, does 1 or 2 times count as an absolute answer? I'm going to give myself a half on that. Feel guilty for no recent posts. Well, I put something up here just the other day, carrying on about and pissing and moaning about me not being on. Yeah, so that's a definite yes. Can't think of what. Oh, yeah. There's about probably, I've been into this for maybe like 2.5 years now. I thought, what am I going to talk about today? Yeah. Oh, that's a definite yes. Mad at someone? No, I'm not mad at someone. I've never gotten mad on anybody on YouTube, on YouTube. I've had maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 over the years. 6 years. That's not too bad for 6 years. Hateful anti-gay bigot folks say nasty, nasty things about me being gay and also about my physical appearance. But have I gotten mad at them? No. That's just, there's ways to deal with them. You can get rid of them. Get tidied up the video? Yeah, I comb my hair. Yeah. So that's a definite yes. Oh, no, not that one. This one. Check the channel the first thing in the morning. Now, the first couple, 3 years I did. But I haven't done that. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done that probably in the last 2.5, 3 years. If anything, I'm going out of my way not to do that. So I think I'm going to take these questions as meaning like, most recent situation. So I'll say that's, not an answer. Do things just to make videos? Nope. Ever thought you'd quit? Well, yeah, I was just talking about that the other day. So that's a big plus. So let's do the body count on this one. And that includes the bonus question, number 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then we've got like 8 with the 2 halves, 8.5. So I hit about 8.5. I think my score is like 8.5. I think let's check that again. Let's double check our score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. Okay, 8.5. Yeah. So that's right. That's where I stand. It's a fun hobby. It continues to be a fun hobby when I'm, not feeling like as I said, the material I'm putting up here about the trip, and I never thought I'd find myself saying this. I find some of it's boring. I find the idea of going through it again boring. Some of it, when I go through it again, I'm thinking, oh shit, that was kind of neat, So that's like anything when you travel and you go back and you look at the pictures. So on that one, I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers.